it looks like we're getting a triple threat at Full Gear. I am more than excited. That is one of the matches if it happens, which I think it will, that is one of the matches I am over the moon about. But as we continue with Dynamite, backstage, a really quick segment. Renee interviews Jade Cargill. She's like, hey, I'm sick of Nyla Rose. Nyla Rose will see you Friday. Okay, cool. Let's keep it moving. Now we go back into the ring. Another fire promo here. Tony Schiavone brings out Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and then brings out Saraya. And Tim, in my opinion, this was as good as when Britt Baker and Ruby Soho did their back and forth, where it was like, you're just banging a guy in the back. And she's like, well, you're not a runaway. You got fired. That was this good, except for this had a little bit more. Saraya almost cried 2 different times just talking about the moment of becoming a wrestler again. So what did you think?
So I thought the moment was there. The crowd was into it. I thought they were doing good. The only thing that I took from this is Saraya is supposed to be the babyface, and she didn't cut a babyface promo necessarily. For a while she was, but then the moment she goes, AEW is my house, I feel like she sucked some of the wind out of the room because everybody was like, no, like that's not a thing. No, it's not. It's Britt Baker's house. If we're talking about whose house it is. And then it kind of became that where she went on like, well, I did this and this and that. And it's like, okay, but that's not a justification for why AEW is your house, because it's not, right? So then it was kind of, for me, it was kind of like that's touching and that's moving, but what the fuck does that have to do with Britt Baker and you, right? Like what? So to me, I was like, great. Not lost on me, like the emotion of it. I should barely get through it and what that means from a broader wrestling perspective. However, for like, again, if I didn't know who Saraya was ever, and I'm watching this, I'd be like, who the fuck is this? Saying it's her house. I've seen her thrice. Like, what are we talking about? So, not bad. And I think Britt Baker did her parts as well, too. I kind of like how she said, whoa, is there anything more fickle than an AEW fan, right? Staying true to her healed him, right? Like, hey, everybody loves me, right? Yeah, fuck you. You suck. So I like that.
So this was one of the best segments of the night, and it was great to see. So the thing with Saraya saying it's her house, it's a, alpha female saying that she's going to be the top dog in the division. That makes sense. Everyone thinks they're going to be the top dog. So her saying that, I get it. And she also said it in WWE, so she got to keep
it would maybe more sense if it's like, this is my house now, right? Like, maybe you say that.
Yeah. Well, but this is the thing when we're bringing in all these WWE people into AEW as baby faces just because, hey, remember me, I'm a baby face, is, like you said, that argument kind of falls flat when Britt Baker was here on episode 1, was the first female. And I understand Saraya did do a lot of things where she wrestled in arenas with 5 people. She couldn't wrestle just because she was female. She was doing revolutions before it was trendy. And all of those things were like, yep, 100%. I'm with you. But when you're doing it with Britt Baker, who we've seen blast her face with broken noses, wrestle with broken wrists, it's like, this one is just as tough as you. Now, again, we're splitting hairs with, well, I couldn't wrestle.
But I also female. Just like, but Britt Baker didn't do any of that shit to you. So like, why are you mad at her?
But the argument would be better if it was someone on their high horse who didn't wrestle, right? If it was someone in AEW, and Jade Cargill is different because she's actually wrestling, but if Jade Cargill was having the baddies win her matches for her, and then Saraya comes in and is like, you're not the one that's really doing shit, it's me. That makes more sense. But Britt Baker ain't the one. She's the one that has the most credibility in the division. Because like I said, lights out matches with Thunder Rosa, broken wrist, broken ACL,
and that's just
all
it.
the stuff.
So again, a great match, right? You want to build, like, if Saraya's coming back, this is the person, you want it to be against, and you want that to be a big match. I get that. But now I kind of feel like, man, this is rushing a kind of a non-story to get there because she's mad at somebody who never really, like, I mean, yes,